Once upon a time in ancient days, there was a sultan named Mansur who ruled over a vast kingdom. His palaces overflowed with gold, servants, and animals, and his army was made of the bravest soldiers. His land was known for its peace and prosperity. Yet, despite all this, Sultan Mansur was a sad and broken man. His beloved wife had died young, leaving him alone with their little daughter, Badr al-Budur. The shock of her mother's death struck the princess so hard that she lost her ability to speak. She became mute, and no healer or magician could help her. As the years passed, the princess grew more beautiful and intelligent. Her friends married, but no prince or wealthy merchants dared to propose to a mute girl. The people used to say, "Woe to the man who opens the basket and finds it empty." Likewise, the sultan watched his daughter grow older without a husband, which troubled him deeply. People with sons rushed to marry them off, fearing the sultan's men who were searching for husbands for the princess. One day, Sultan Mansur, weighed down with worry, called for his wise minister and said, "Today I speak to you not as a sultan, but as a father. My daughter Badr al-Budur has reached the age of marriage. I am growing old. If I die, she will be left alone and vulnerable. She must marry someone worthy." While walking in thought, the minister crossed paths with a cunning old woman. He told her about the sultan's problem, and she said, "And what will you give me if I solve this for you?" He threw her a pouch of gold and promised her more if she succeeded. She mounted her donkey and traveled through nearby kingdoms, claiming to be a fortune teller who could read destinies. She spread the word in front of noblemen's houses. Whoever can make the mute princess speak will marry her and gain half her father's kingdom. Yet everyone mocked her and chased her away. One day the old woman reached a small kingdom. Along the road she saw a young man sitting sadly under a tree. His face was handsome, but sorrow clouded his eyes. Curious, she approached him, saying, "Let me read your palm." He answered, "You will see only sadness." When she asked why, he said, "I am the son of a storyteller. I once loved a girl who saw me as beneath her." The old woman read his palm and said, "I see your future. You will marry a princess of the Berber kingdom." He laughed bitterly. "How could that be? I am not a prince." She answered, "Nothing is impossible for me, but know that this princess is mute. Will you accept that?" He thought for a moment and said, "Is she beautiful?" "She is more beautiful than words can describe." The young man, tired of hurtful words, said, "Speech isn't needed when hearts can speak." He convinced his father to agree, and soon he went to propose. Sultan Mansur, impressed by his wisdom and character, agreed immediately. "If you can make her speak, I promise you half my kingdom and wealth." On their wedding night, the young man, whose name was Nadir al-Wujud, dressed in silk embroidered with gold, and entered the princess's chamber. He took her hand gently and said, "Shall I tell you a story?" "I know many," she nodded. Lighting a candle, he began. Once three men, a sculptor, a painter, and a tailor, took shelter in a cave from wild animals. To pass the night, each took turns guarding. The painter, during his watch, painted a girl's image on a tree trunk. Then came the sculptor, who carved the trunk into a statue. Last, the tailor dressed it in fine clothes. By dawn, the tree trunk had become a stunning maiden. When morning came, each man claimed her. At this point, he blew out the candle and whispered, "But who do you think took the beautiful maiden?" Wide-eyed, the princess looked at him and, without thinking, asked softly, "Who took her?" Smiling, he drew her close and said, "I did." At that moment, the spell of silence was broken. Her father arrived at dawn to congratulate them, but was shocked to hear his daughter's voice, overcome with emotion. She kissed his hand and said, "My home is brightened by your visit, father." The Sultan wept with joy, embraced her, then turned to Nader al-Wujud and said, "Tell me, my son, how did you do this miracle?" Nader told him the story. Amazed, the Sultan declared, "I give you, as promised, half my kingdom and my wealth. Let the news spread far and wide. Let the city be decorated for 7 days and 7 nights. We will celebrate. The poor will eat until fall. No one in my land shall sleep hungry." And so joy and laughter filled the kingdom, and the tale of the mute princess and her clever husband was told for generations to come.